Necessity is the mother of invention. Innovation is a choice. Hello. Today we have a new project. I went to Harbor Freight and bought something, so check this out. Ta-da! Yep, I decided we needed this. Kind of living on the side of a mountain necessitates things like one day my tractor was stuck totally in a ditch, and it took, well, almost had to call a wrecker. But with this, it would have been a lot easier. I decided instead of using the $75 receiver hitch bracket that you get from Harbor Freight to build one. I already have the material, and being poor means you build stuff, plus being a homesteader. This is a piece of I-beam. Let me show you what it was in its former life. Pretty big, pretty stout I-beam. My idea is to kind of, I want it fairly close here to protect against anything hitting these wires. I still want room for wires to go back here, whatever has to be for this controller to be sitting on top. Everything be nice and protected. That's the plan. And I also have to rig up a way to put the fair lead right there. Not a welder. I got a grinder and I got paint. So there you go. I smell hair burning. Broke it. So I decided to turn it around. Instead of welding a bracket for the fair lead here, my son pointed out there's already one here. So I can fabricate something here. This is much thicker. I don't know if you can tell. That's pretty thick. Remember, this started out in life as a pretty big piece of I-beam. So we're going to grind it, clean it up, and do some welding on it, and see where we go from there. Not too bad for somebody that don't know how to weld. I think I'll put my boots on, or I'll get him to cut it. Okay, this is on the table, but that's not actually how it's gonna look. It's upside down. So here, let me turn it over. That's where the fair lead goes. So we're gonna find out where the winch sets, drill the holes for the winch, and then we'll trim off the back of that, and then we'll weld the hitch on it. So this is what it looks like without the receiver thing welded to it. You got the D-ring on the bottom. The bracket is not bigger than the winch. The winch is bigger. It's just a small bracket that's half-inch thick. So all we got to do now is got a way of welding that on it. So we're done building the bracket. The vise is mounted. Fair lead is bolted. It's all done. Now I got to weld the hitch on it. And the thing about this hitch is I want it to be able to slide in a receiver hitch both vertically and horizontally, so that I can hook it up to my truck, to my box blade of my tractor, or I'm gonna weld a vertical receiver hitch on the tongue of my trailer. So the plan is to cut this smooth right here and weld it to the bottom of that. So this part can stick down in a vertical hitch, and this part could stick in a horizontal hitch, so it can work either way. My dad said, don't force it, get a bigger hammer. I didn't even connect the ground. You see that? Somehow it worked. Well, folks, I think the winch mount is done. This is what the mount looks like. And got the D-ring on the front. So grandkids did a pretty good job painting that. Got paintbrush strokes all over it, but I don't care. It's a winch bracket. It ain't a fender of a Maserati or a McLaren. As soon as the paint dries, we install that. All mounted. Nice little handles. Receiver hitch, hooking up the wires. Standoff. and this stump jumper. So, to find out what we do with that other main sticking down, obviously we've talked about trailers and other attachments. The idea here is if I ever need a winch in a precarious place that I can't get a vehicle and I don't want to pull 12,000 pounds and pull my Ranger in half, I can set this thing on a stand, that stand, and rig up D-ring or some kind of hook on that, winch it, and I still have my D-ring over here. And what I put on here to hook to, I plan on putting something like that, welding a D-ring on the end of it. It's a freestanding winch, or I can hook it to the receiver, or I can hook it to my trailer. Why have something if it's not versatile? So, what do y'all think? Thanks for watching, and if you stuck around to the end, consider giving a thumbs up, because, and you see more on the tractor build, that's definitely coming up as soon as money permits. And depending on when you see this, I have that trailer build coming up. So if you've already seen the trailer build, we got other stuff coming too. So to stay in the loop, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and stick around. Y'all, God bless. See you on the next one.